Everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. So there's a few types of warfare in the world. Old school warfare with just a bunch of boots on the ground with guns. Then we moved into planes. Then we got into a dick measuring contest with every single country with the nuke situation. But one that has been skipped over quite a bit has been psychological warfare. Can you mind fuck your opponent? But there's also another side to it. If you have an enemy and they put some information out there, can you read what they're actually saying? Is there a message encoded in what they're doing? If someone understands psychological warfare, most likely not. They're going to portray it in a way to where it's unreadable. What you see is what you get. Unfortunately, the ATF has no clue about that. Now, I will say that they have so much power, or at least they think they do in our government, that they probably don't give a shit, that they're just giving away a ton of details as far as what their plan is in America. But they recently released a training video. They had a big documentary team out, and they did this whole show for everyone. And what they don't realize is someone who understands psychological warfare is going to completely pick this apart, and that's what I'm about to do. Because you have made it very obvious what your plan is and what you are training for. So everyone at the ATF, sit down and take a lesson, because you've given away your position. So this video is called ATF Agents Train for Encounters with Armed People. Okay. That's fair. You're in law enforcement. At some point, you're going to deal with somebody who is armed. But before we even get into this, let me ask you a question. If you were a sane person that lives in this country, where do you think the most crime is happening? It's a pretty self-explanatory answer. Even if you don't live in a big city, you know what goes on there. That's probably why you refuse to live there. You don't want to be driving home from work one day, stop for some gas, and have to shoot some guy because he's trying to steal your car. But to the Americans out there, what do you think they should be training for? Is it people like you and me who just love the Second Amendment, who like to hunt, who like to target practice, who like to be prepared when we have to defend ourselves? Or is it the person who thinks he's a gangster, who's selling crack rock in a corner in Detroit with a Glock with a switch on it?
I
don't know, I may be nuts, but the crack rock dude probably sounds like he's a little bit more dangerous to our society. But it's 2022, so nothing makes sense now. So we start off with 5 ATF agents in tactical gear, very messy and disorganized tactical gear. I'll say that to start.
But this is not real. It's a training scenario for the Detroit Field Division of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, also known as the ATF. That's the command to instruct these law enforcement agents to turn their body cameras on.
You got the pants synchronized. Great job. Like, that's really hard to do. As far as your belts go, what are you guys doing? Tourniquets, where are they? Unless y'all develop some new body armor that covers every inch of your body, you're probably going to need one at some point, just to be safe. You notice the guy all the way to the right, he's got a pair of handcuffs that are just kind of hanging there. And the right two guys have med packs. The people on the left do not have med packs. There's usually a standard as far as uniforms go, or just shit that you would want to have on your tactical stuff in the event that you were shot, you could possibly save yourself. Second of all, on the tactical stuff, you've got a ballistic shield, but you've got pistols. Explain that to me. If you feel like you need a ballistic shield, that most likely means that you think that you're going up against a rifle. Why would you not have a rifle if you're going up against a rifle? Great training, guys. Then we actually have an ATF agent talk for a little bit, and it's fucking retarded.
Any day we can train, we try to. We always try to hone our skills.
And Tuesday's training was next level.
When you have the chance to train, are you in law enforcement? I mean, I wouldn't call you that, but is that what the government considers you? Okay, so you're telling me that you're that busy that you can only train when you have the chance? Maybe you should stop going after law-abiding Americans' guns and do a little more training so you can actually go into the projects to take care of the actual criminals. Fucking logic. So the training goes on and we have this individual come out with a gun on his back hip. Like anyone who owns a gun and has half a brain is going to do that. If there's a threat, your gun is not holstered.
During this training exercise, we're not showing their faces because they work as undercover agents. Officials say the training prepares them to know how to respond no matter how tense the moment is.
And then we have the individual pull his gun out like he's on heroin, it was that slow, and try to shoot some people. Great. So back to this psychological warfare aspect of this. To the ATF agents who put this on Fox 2 Detroit, what do you think this says to people? It says that you're training to go door to door to collect guns. Pretty damn obvious in this video. You've made that extremely clear. Look where they are. Are they in downtown Detroit? Are they on some corner somewhere where most of the shootings happen in this country, where most crime is going on? No, they're in a suburban neighborhood at a house. And this is a point that I'm talking about. Listen to exactly what this guy is saying in regards to this training. ATF agents going to a house.
The idea is to do it enough times here so when they see it in real life, as things develop, they have the tools and the knowledge to be able to say, okay, I know how to address that scenario.
So you guys want to train enough times to where you can go up to a home to intimidate a homeowner to giving up their legally owned firearms or parts until it's just natural. Translation. You want to continuously train your agents to ignore the Constitution until it becomes natural. You guys really messed this one up. And then they go into talking about how their agents are going to start using body cams. Oh, I cannot wait for some of this footage to come out.
Body camera video is crucial to an investigation.
We can show the professionalism of our agents. We can show the techniques that were used and the things that were done to mitigate a tense situation. We've had body-worn camera for about 1.5 years now here in Detroit. We are one of the test divisions.
These law enforcement officials understand that body camera video will be scrutinized sometimes.
Well, no fucking shit.
So, what can we take from this? They are training to go to your house. They are training to have an armed encounter with you, and they're fucking horrible at it. They don't have their equipment set up correctly. Their tactics are horrible, and they're wearing body cams. Perfect combination for y'all to really get exposed. And mind you, this is Detroit ATF. This is not some podunk town where they have no budget. No, they have a big budget there, and their training is still this bad.